came to win, yeah, I came to win. I came to win, yeah, I came to win. I came to win, yeah, I came to win. Can't no one stop me, yeah, bring it in. I came to win, yeah, I came to win. Back to reality, ain't no one bad as me. See, they be doubting, but I keep on actually pushing, not giving up. That's how I give it up. Pushing, not giving up. That's how I give it up.
Hello, I'm Barbie Malloy, and this is the 2022 BCX Digital Innovation Awards Show. Now, last time we saw the ShopRite X team pitch their innovation, which is the 60/60 integration. Well, today it's all about banking, shared value in banking to be precise. But before we meet the team from Discovery Bank, who are here to pitch to our judges, let's get a quick reminder of who our esteemed judges for the corporate category are.
Hello, my name's Toby Shapshak. I've been a technology journalist for the last 20 years or so. I am the editor-in-chief of Stuff, and I did a TED Talk in Edinburgh about how innovation is better in Africa.
Hello, my name is Shaheen Vauda. I'm the Chief Sales Officer here at BCX, and I'm super excited to be part of this year's Digital Innovation Awards. I've been part of this now for the last 4 years, and I'm really interested to see how the entrants have grown over this period of time.
A very warm hello. My name is Rapelang Rabana, and I'm a technology entrepreneur and very excited to be back at BCX for the Digital Innovation Awards for 2022.
I came to win, yeah, I came to win.
So that's who our judges are, and they're sitting right here with us. Excited about the corporate category, judges?
Absolutely, Bobby. I think yesterday was very insightful, and looking forward to the next presentations as well. It's always a privilege to be here.
What makes this different from what we've seen before?
Sure. I think in financial services, banking hasn't necessarily changed as a core product,
right.
But I think what we are hoping to see at least is a fundamentally different customer experience. And if, the priority check-in counters are anything to go by, then I'm hoping to see some pretty magic stuff in how they've transformed that customer experience.
There was a real conversation about being a user of the apps that we're seeing here being pitched, and also having an understanding of all the tech and the stuff that goes on behind the scenes. Toby, what are you expecting today?
Well, everything she said.
Right.
Yeah.
Sounding smarter. a banking product that hasn't changed. But yes, customer experience. It's all about, it's a good point actually, because it's something Discovery is particularly good at. They have a very good customer experience. So let's see.
How can they make that even
Excited.
better and better? Well, the BCX innovation team caught up with the Discovery banking representatives earlier this week to find out why they decided to enter this year's competition.
Hi, I'm Akash Dara. I head up client insights for Discovery Bank. Discovery Bank is one of the newest digital banks in South Africa, and we've built our bank on the premise of shared value to help our clients improve their financial well-being, and in doing that, helping us build a healthier bank for South Africans overall. There's no secret that South Africans need help to manage their money well. At Discovery Bank, we've built in a financial management ecosystem called Vitality Money that helps our clients improve their financial well-being. It is a critical part of our entire product construct, and we call it shared value, and it's shared value banking. So if we can help our clients improve their financial situation, we believe that as a bank we'll be more profitable, and we can use those profits to fund the rewards that we have for our clients. So I'm really excited to pitch to the judges today. I think that, and I hope that we can get across to the judges that we're a bank that's focused on helping our clients do well and helping our clients improve their financial well-being. And most importantly, I think is also a view that Discovery Bank is for every South African, and it's not just for a specific segment.
I came to win, yeah, I came to win.
Right now, let's welcome Akash. Hello, Akash. Make your way up to your podium. Welcome. How are you feeling?
Hi, Fabi. I'm feeling good, and I'm very excited to be here.
Wonderful. Okay, judges, any final words of advice for Akash?
Be nervous, very
Bated
nervous.
breath.
Okay, don't listen to any of that, Akash. You know that you have just under 15 minutes to pitch. Give it your all. This is the only shot you're going to get. Good luck, and your time starts now.
Okay, thank you everyone. We're really excited to be here to tell you about shared value in banking and the innovative way that we've looked at banking for South Africans. Now, just to start off, there's no secret. South Africans are really bad at managing their money. Just to give you an idea on the savings rate, the average South African, for every 100 Rand that they earn, they save about 3 cents, compared to 5 Rand for the Americans and even 37 Rand for the Chinese, right? When you couple that to the levels of borrowing that we have, we're an over-indebted society that borrows more than the rest of the world. It's no wonder then that we end up with only 15% of South Africans that are able to retire comfortably. The rest of us are reliant on the state, reliant on family members to actually help us go through our retirement phase. Now, there are socioeconomic circumstances that affect us, we all know that, but our research shows that by far it's behavior that impacts your ability to meet your debts even now and in the future. And this is regardless of your income level. We see people that are earning over R1 million a year that end up in financial distress. And the reason is why? Well, there are 5 key behaviors that we've analyzed that relate to 80% of the reasons why people default in debt, either now or in the future. The 5 are intuitive and simple, right? The first one is not saving for emergencies. Secondly, spending more than you earn. Thirdly, not insuring yourself for unforeseen events. The fourth one is not saving for retirement. And the fifth one is looking at your property that you have and not managing the debt for your property. So not paying off your house sooner than you should, or refinancing your properties closer to retirement. And that actually is the main cause for lots of people to get into financial distress. Now, Discovery has built our business on a core purpose. Our core purpose is to make people healthier and to enhance and protect their lives. It's a golden thread that flows through all of our businesses. It started off in health, where we helped our clients live longer and live a better quality of life. From an insurance perspective, we help our clients drive better and meet less accidents. And that shared value principle we've taken and now applied to banking. And the principle is clear and simple, right? It's if we can help our clients change those 5 behaviors, we can end up with a client that's better off financially. That results into a banking client from a banking perspective that's more engaged in our bank, that is a lower risk to us when we lend them funds. And then we can use that extra shared value that is created from us not having to provide for these losses to incentivize them and give them the rewards that will get them to change their behavior. So it's a simple process. For us, it's what we consider a virtuous cycle. Ideally, you want this thing to continuously work so that we get clients healthier, we get clients that are better off financially, they engage more with us, we have a lower risk client base, allows us to free up more capital that funds this reward. And the spillover effect is society overall is better off. You end up with people that are less reliant on their families for help when they retire, or less reliant on the state. So that's the core kind of philosophy that we took into account when we were building our bank. But how does it play out? So the first issue that you have is most people don't actually know what their financial situation is. And if you had to think about building a balance sheet for a client, it's an incredibly complex process. Most clients don't even know where to get the information. So we've gone out and integrated with a whole lot of partners out there, from credit bureaus to property valuation firms like Lightstone, to Astute, which holds all of your investments and unit trust information. And we pull all of this information in automatically to essentially create a balance sheet for you as a client. Now, the other issue you have is most clients don't know how to read a balance sheet. So that doesn't help you. So what we've done then is taken that and created a very simple metric, a vitality money status. So we take all of this information, translate it into points, and those points result in a vitality money status that is directly correlated to your probability of default. And what that results in is a client that's on a blue status that pretty much would be equivalent to the market rate, all the way down to a diamond vitality money status that has a AAA plus credit rating, the best in the world. And what that allows us to do is give our clients a view of what they're worth and how they're doing financially. The second thing we look at is improving their finances. Now that you know what your finances are, how do you improve yourself? The first step is education. So we've built educational tools within our app, and I think that's just the way that But now with the power of a smartphone, you're able to actually disseminate information at a much faster rate and at scale at a much cheaper rate. And that's what we've done here. We've created a whole lot of training in our app that informs clients about key financial terms that they may not know about, so that now they're getting better off financially and they're much more financially savvy. The second thing is created tools so that clients can understand their finances, but understand it in a way that gives them a actionable insight. So if I told a client, you need 3 million rand to retire, or you need 10 million rand to retire, that seems like a large amount and it seems so insurmountable that you almost give up from the day one. So we've changed it around and we've looked at, as an example, your retirement age. So based on what you save now and what your savings rate is, when can you expect to retire? Is it at 65 when you think you will, or is it at 90? And if you increased your savings by 1,000 rand a month, what would it do? How many less years would you have to work, right? And that we found has a profound impact on our clients. But then the last one and the most powerful for us is our Vitality Money Financial Analyzer. And what our research shows, not really in South Africa, by the way, but globally across first world countries, etc., 50% of people cannot tell you what they spent their cash on last month, right? Another 60% find it very difficult to budget. So we've taken all of the your spend information and we've applied our own machine learning algorithms to auto-categorize your transactions, create budgets for you, create trend analysis on your expenses. But that's good. So now you have a budget and you know what your budget is for the month. But how do you keep to your budget? So there we've created smart notifications. So as an example, if it's the 12th of the month and you're already 75% through your entertainment budget, you'd get a nudge from us on your app that says, actually, maybe you need to slow down a little bit on your entertainment. Few less beers for this week. So it's tools that actually get our clients to improve their behaviors on a day-to-day basis. Now we've got the tools, clients know what to do, but the problem is we're fighting against ourselves. We have real cognitive biases that affect us and influence our judgment. And I'll just take you through two examples and give you how this plays out. The first one is what we call hyperbolic discounting. And the problem is your retirement is so far in the future, 20, 30 years away, or 15 years away, whatever it is, that you implicitly in your mind discount the effect of it. So you can, as you're walking down the mall, look at a cool pair of shoes that are on sale and go, oh, I'll buy that because it actually gives me immediate satisfaction now. And you know what? Retirement's 30 years from now. It can wait. I can still save for it. Everything's fine. It's a cognitive bias that we have as individuals. And a recent study from Stanford University actually shows that you're more likely to relate to a picture of someone that you met 5 minutes ago than you are to a picture of yourself 20 years in the future, right? You're actually more likely to relate to someone closely. So it's almost as if you're saving for someone else. That's how your mind thinks about it from a behavioral science perspective. The second one, which I'm guilty of a lot, frequent event miscalculation. And I'll give you a very good example. If you bought 2 cups of coffee a day at your workplace and you expanded that over a lifetime of 30 years, that would equate to roughly just over 3 million rand in retirement savings. I know it's scary. And the issue and the issue there is frequent events. A single cup of coffee is not going to result in you not retiring. But the cumulative effect of a single cup of coffee every single day for 30 years does have a profound effect on your finances. And the last one is societal pressure. Nobody rewards you for managing your money well. I'll give you an example. If I go home this evening and I tell my daughter, look, I bought you a new Barbie doll, the reaction I get from her is going to be very different to if I go home and say, do you know, I actually paid 1,000 rand more into our bond this month and we're going to be able to save to free our house a lot sooner. She's not going to care. So obviously, I want to do things that make me feel good. And that's the societal pressure that you have. And that's why rewards are so important. And for us, we look at improving our clients' lives through giving them rewards by boosting their interest rates, by appropriately allocating savings to them, and by giving them what we call shared value currency, so discovery miles. So for behaving well, you get discovery miles. You can use those miles to buy things on Take-A-Lot, at the iStore, at all our retail partners at up to a 40% discount. So that allows our clients to actually then have best of both worlds. Some reward for managing the money well. The impact for us as a bank is we're one of the fastest growing banks in South Africa currently. We have over 1.1 million clients. We have over 11 billion in deposits since we started in 2019. And from a credit perspective, we've grown our credit book to just over 4.5 billion rand over this time. But the impact on our credit losses are exceptional, right? Clients on diamond status have a 96% lower risk of default. And from a credit loss ratio perspective, we have the lowest credit loss rate any bank in the country. But the biggest impact for us is on our clients. And here you can just see some tweets from our clients where they've recognized the benefits that Discovery Bank has given them in terms of understanding their finances and improving their finances and the impact that has had on their lives. And for that, I think is a situation where, for us as a bank, our philosophy is just not to create a good product, but create a product that does good too. Thank you.
Brilliant, Akash. I feel like we need a round of applause for that. I mean, I threw in there that you had just a little bit of time left and you kind of caught yourself back up. So thank you so much. I'm going to hand over to the judges now. Shan, Q&A questions you'd like to ask Akash?
Yeah, Akash, thank you so much. Very, very impressive. Very impressive. I think that Discovery as an organization, being part of South Africa for such a long time, have been at the forefront of a lot of innovation, and it's good to see that that you've taken that into the banking sphere as well. A quick question from my perspective is, how does your application cater for those in the lower LSMs, right? Or maybe even across all LSMs? Yeah. Do they also benefit from your tiering? Because if I'm only saving $50 a month, and somebody else is able to save 10,000 Rand a month, do they get to your diamond tiers quicker because of the amount of money that they're saving? Or are you also encouraging those in the lower LSMs to benefit from this application of yours?
So I think the benefit of Vitality Money is we set it up to be completely egalitarian, right? It takes into account your circumstances. It doesn't take into account your high net worth or how much money you have or how much money you earn. We see clients that, just as an example, by the way, 15% of clients that earn over R1 million a year have missed more than 3 payments over the last 12 months. Sure. So it's not about what you earn, it's about what your behaviors are. So all of our metrics are geared towards your income levels, and it sets it towards that. And just as an example, I didn't go through this in detail, but if I showed you what you have here is a credit default risk by socioeconomic status. Now, most banks in the country, or all banks, that's the way they manage risk, right? You will get a interest rate based on your borrowing, based on how much you earn, where you live, what your qualification is, and how, etc. That's what determines your risk. But we know behavior has an 80% impact on that. So we overlay behavior onto that credit risk metric. The effect of it is, if you've got a client that would be a lower socioeconomic status in any circumstance, typically would be charged a higher interest rate. We have what we call dynamic interest rate, so we can actually lower that interest rate to what a high net worth individual would pay that's managing their money really badly, as an example. So from that perspective, actually, we believe it has impact across all socioeconomic groups. And even if you look at the way we've set up our products, is that, and I think you can do this in banking, is you can set up a product all the way from your cheapest account that starts off at 10 Rand a month, all the way up to your private banking type facilities. And the beauty of digital apps is you can deliver it at a really low cost. So from that perspective, it's for us, I think it's applicable to anyone. Sorry.
Maybe to the rose amongst the thorns?
Sure, thank you for that. I want to follow on from the question around sort of the low income earners, and I get what you're saying around being egalitarian and being able to provide the service across. But I would like to get perhaps some more insight on what percentage perhaps of your customers are middle income and lower income. Because if you, in my mind, if the behavioral banking, and I buy everything that you've put down here for me, is really the crux of how we change how people relate to money, then we should be predominantly targeting the people whose behavior would have a behavior change, would have a material change in their lives, as opposed to sort of a higher income earners. So I don't know where Discovery fits, given the historical products that you've provided.
So that's, I think, the interesting part is that starting off as an insurance business and a healthcare business, you naturally selected towards a higher base, right? What we would consider a mass affluent base. But what you find from a banking perspective, we're much more approachable from all sectors, and your pricing point can be approachable from all segments. So when you look at, yes, we have we've started off and our initial client base is affluent because it's a lot of discovery clients that naturally would join the bank. We see at the moment that roughly 50% or 40% of the clients that join our bank are actually completely new to discovery. They have no other product from us. They actually join on some of our cheapest accounts. And so from that perspective, I think we have a bank and we have a pricing structure and we have the ability to serve anybody. And we are obviously actively marketing in that segment, and we offer Vitality Money to all our clients. So all of them can get the value of like dynamic interest rates, of the rewards, of the discounts, etc. And we do build that in. So I think it's a lot of marketing involved to get people to understand that Discovery Bank is for everyone, and we are trying to get that message across.
Thanks, Akash, for that response. Over to you, Mr. Shapshank.
Yeah, I mean, I want to know. You say things like, how many less years do you want to work? We want to save more money. We want you to save more money for your retirement. We want your life to be healthier and your life to be better. Like, what's wrong with you people? You know, I mean, it's kind of weird that Discovery's one of those companies South Africans love to hate, and yet I think it's a world-class business. Here you are trying to make people have a better retirement, and you probably still get attacked on social media. You know, what's wrong with you people?
Look, I mean, we do get, I think, attacked a few times, but I think with us, the things that we always think about whenever we're developing a product, whenever we look at changing things is, are we doing the right thing? Are we doing the right thing for our clients? And I think the important part that we look at and why shared value is so important is it's the integral part of our business. We do well, the bank grows, the bank is profitable if our clients do well. And I think that's the important part. It's not a CSI product, or it's not we don't do financial wellness for the sake of it. We do it because if we don't do it in the way that we think we're doing it.
If you keep your clients around longer, they'll be clients longer, and also, unfortunately for them, they'll live for longer.
Yes.
I mean, what is wrong with you people? I mean, it's such a fascinating thing to me that everyone's perception of Discovery Bank was that it would be all of those like healthy people. I'm a non-practicing fitness fanatic, and yet clearly, and I've been fascinated by this, your 1.1 million users are by and large not your existing customers. Now that's a really interesting thing for me, because it shows me, and I wish you could find a better phrase than shared value. I know what it means, everyone knows what it means, but it doesn't somehow grasp the metal of what actually you're offering people. You know, not just cheaper movie tickets, but like a longer life and a better life and better savings. It's clearly not just a health-related behavioral economics thing. It's a money thing as well.
No, it's a money thing, and I think the part that's critical in this entire thing is, I think, even if you do something that's good for someone, you need to create the UX. You need to create a client experience that's so exceptional. If we tried to do this 10 years ago, without the level of tech that you have today with smartphones, without the ability to integrate with all of those partners, it would pretty much be impossible. And so I think from that perspective, even if you want people to improve their finances, you need to make it simple. You need to make it a one-click. You know, when we benchmark our app performance, we don't benchmark it against banks in the country. We benchmark it against the best apps in the world. Yeah. We look at it to say, like, what do the best iOS and Android apps do? How do they do it well? And then how can we take those those principles and then apply it to us? So Vitality Money needs to be a one-click process. We need to be able to pull in as much as we can, almost in a blink of an eye, without the client having to do as much work. There is times where we want to prompt clients, but you want to prompt them with an incentive. So that
and that clear. I mean, I see your technique, because you put up a shorter queue at the airport and say, if you get to diamond level, you can come through that. Well played, I must say. You know, that's probably why so many people are signing up. Well, good presentation. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Well done.
Good. Thank you so much, Akash. Congratulations on a very, very good presentation, and good luck for the rest.
Well, thank you very much, and we're very honored to be shortlisted. Thank you.
Brilliant. Well done to Team Discovery Banking. I mean, you were very engaged throughout. Rapeleng, I think at some point you were even leaning forward and really quite taken by the presentation. Overall thoughts in closing?
I was leaning forward because I was like, oh, is that what I'm missing out on?
Not just the easy access to short queues at the
Yeah.
airport.
Yeah.
There's these other elements. So I was like, okay, this is really, really fascinating. And I guess for me, I would like to see more and more, if the belief in the behavior-based sort of banking is so fundamental that it really permeates the lower income market, because that's where we need to see the difference.
Absolutely. That makes a
And
lot of
it's
sense.
fascinating to me. I have the lowest rung R5 a month credit card with Discovery Bank, and I'm always impressed with the interface and what it can do, the messaging. You know, they were the first bank to launch with Apple Pay.
Yeah.
So I'd gone to the spa without my credit card, and Apple Pay just popped up. It was like magic. I felt like a bit of a neophyte. Anyway, good for them. You know, they're a truly remarkable company, and I think South Africans aren't quite aware of just how extraordinarily good Discovery are.
Brilliant.
I agree, and I think that, digitizing behavior on its own is very, very complex. Now to take it and do it in the context of financial management, I think is really, really exciting and very innovative. And I must agree with Toby and Rapeleng. Discovery is a very, very innovative company. And you see it in the products that they come up with. So good luck to them. They should take the tip from Toby around shared value banking. But other than that, very, very excited.
Run an internal contest on shifting what that is. Exactly. Well,
Yeah,
thank you
I would
very
agree.
much. Yeah, thanks, judges. That's really very interesting.
I came to win, yeah, I came to win.
So I really hope after our discussion with the judges today that the judges really see the passion we have for both our bank but also for South Africans overall. I think we're really passionate in the products that we develop. We try our best to make sure our products are not only just great products, but they actually help our clients improve their financial well-being. I really hope that came across. I think from the questions that the judges asked, it really felt like they were getting to grips with the shared value model, and I think it resonated with them. And I really hope I got across that we have a bank account for every South African, and it's not just in the affluent bank.
We've reached the end of this year's competition. Almost. We've got one more pitch to go. We're getting closer to finding out who the overall winners will be. Join us again next time.
I came to win, yeah, I came to win. I came to win, yeah, I came to win. I came to win, yeah, I came to win. Can't no one stop me, yeah, bring it in. I came to win, yeah, I came to win. Back to reality, ain't no one bad as me. See, they be doubting, but I keep on actually